many stories to tell. Most are about defeat and regret. This is not one of those.
My name is Richard Rimbaugh.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been a vendor on the streets of New York City for 10 years.
How did you get started?
Well, I got started in an unusual kind of way. I owned a recording studio and I went out of business. Pretty middle income, and all of a sudden I was broke. My business during the recession was failing, and in order to keep my lights on and pay my rent, I took my private record collection, and 10 years ago on the streets of New York City, you found a lot more people selling records and books and that sort of thing. And I began by selling my private record collection on the street and found that people responded to me well as a quote-unquote, shop owner. And from records, they kept requesting cassettes, and the Walkman era came in. I went to cassettes, and as soon as CDs came out, I fell in love with CDs and the quality. And that became my medium. But music's always been my first love. I went to California Institute of the Arts and studied Indian music. I studied classical music at New England Conservatory and got my bachelor's in music from Berklee College of Music in Boston, which is a jazz-oriented school. Then I taught there for a while before coming to New York City.
Do you still play?
Of course. It's my love. My business. Music is my mistress.
What instruments do you play?
I play synthesizers, guitars, and percussion, drums, etc. I sell mostly pop because what pop means is popular. It's the most popular music, and this is true all over the country. However, in New York City, you find much bigger audience for jazz and classical, which are a very big part of my sales. International music, Broadway shows, the things that are probably, they say classical music makes up 2% of the sales for the record industry. Maybe it makes 15% of my sales. It's a much more cultured and variety of people. It truly is a melting pot in that sense. What makes it possible is just choosing the right merchandise, making the right deals, and knowing that what I buy will still be desirable, 2 months from now, or 6 months from now, instead of a faddish type of record. It's good. One of my favorite trade papers, it's funny to say, Tower Records publishes for their own benefit a little magazine called Pulse. And I find that even more informative than the Rolling Stone because they really take all the newest of the new music before it's even popular and write about it. Tower is such a huge store that they carry practically everything. I can't compete with that kind of store. No small store can. So what I find important is to take the best merchandise, to take the merchandise that is of the highest quality. There might be 100 international albums that Tower carries from Africa, and I might carry 10. But let me carry the best 10. There's a flea market on Saturday and Sunday located right next to Tower Records in the Village, and I sell there. I have a front space, so when you walk into Tower, you actually see my booth and my space, and we call our record store there Power Records.
Try and try, you'll succeed at last.